is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside, we got the whole panel here today. We got Alex Nafusi.
Hi, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Harry Glanz with Capital Mortgage. And, of course, Lee Moroff with RE/MAX Showcase Homes. Always nice to have a realtor sitting in with us. Good morning, Lee.
And a lawyer.
And a lawyer. Are you still? You're
I thought you gave that up, bro.
No.
No?
No.
So what's that latest case you've had?
I still do landlord-tenant, do some land contract forfeitures because those result in listings.
Those are good.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Gentlemen, February 1st, 2014. A gorgeous day here in southeast Michigan. Snow's just starting to pick up outside of the studio.
we've
here.
said that. And speaking of weather, Chuck Gadica is moving on. But anyways, we've said this for the last 6 weeks. The weather's been phenomenal around here, hasn't it?
Gorgeous.
It was nice yesterday.
Not bad at all. Hey, look.
A little warm.
Purchasing a house, you want to give us a phone call, that's for sure. Ask us your real tough questions. Tell us your stories. There's been so many success stories over the last 2 years. And, as we get into home buying season, I know everyone's gearing up. All the local agents are gearing up, the mortgage banks. We are excited of what's going to happen this spring. We're going to get into all of that. 248-539-9797. Also, different programs out there that some people are, wait a minute, they can buy a house zero down. That's right. Rural development loans back in the forefront. USDA loans. We handle that, and, of course, the VA loans, Alex, zero down, no PMI. They do have some upfront funding fees on those programs. Income limitations on the rural loans, no real income limitations. Of course, you're going to need to qualify on the VA side of things. So many great opportunities out there. As you prepare yourself for home ownership, we're going to help you.
Well, it kind of goes like this. I mean, we have Lee in here. Alex is always talking about this. He just had, he's a big purchase transaction guy. And here's what's going on right now. It is home buying season right now. If you're looking out the window and you're saying to yourself, the weather is going to stop people from buying homes, I'm telling you right now, the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when everybody came back from the holidays, there's been a flurry, no pun intended, of activity. Okay, there's been home purchases right now. It is home buying season because anybody that has a home listed is serious about selling it, and anybody out there looking is serious about buying it. So it's not like, you got to wait till April 15th when the weather breaks finally here in Michigan, or maybe in June, to go out and buy a home, because there's a flurry of activity going on right now, Lee.
Oh, plus, there's a time lag, too. Let's say you go out and look at a house today, and you want it, you make your offer. You're not closing for 45 days, right?
That's not true.
Or less than 30.
In about 10 days.
30.
I don't know what other lenders are doing, taking 45 days, but I think start to finish, it took me less than 2 weeks.
The last two we did were under 30.
30.
Yeah,
okay.
about 30.
But it's a great point, because there are some families that say, wait a minute here, I'm just about to list my home, but maybe they're not ready to move out. They might need some days of occupancy there, or maybe some families leases up, and you can arrange that per a purchase agreement.
Absolutely. You can always have occupancy after you close it for a seller, and if you're a buyer, you don't want to push that seller too much because you want the house.
I'm glad you brought that up, though. We got some interesting information. We're going to talk about buyers and sellers a little bit here this morning. If you're thinking about listing your house, definitely give us a phone call. We've got some great insight, things you can do to prepare yourself, even in the winter months. Also, prepare yourself. Get yourself educated, really, on what's going on in the neighborhood, whether you're a buyer or seller. We'll talk about all that. Mortgage rates still great, unbelievable. Overnight on Thursday, there was some weakness in the equities, and the foreign markets continue to promote strength in U.S. bond markets, including the MBS.
Unemployment claims are up.
Right, mortgage-backed securities were going the other. Had some interesting movement that way. Look, that influences mortgage rates. They're at phenomenal all-time lows. Still a little bit of trickle down over the last couple days. But wait, don't hesitate to lock in. Get your loan locked in, because there's more information coming out next week. We take all your calls here. 248-539-9797. We are going to go to our first call this morning and get things rolling, just to see if we can get Alex's energy up here. Right. Good morning, Tom.
What's up? You're live on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I did a short sale in 2010. It was a pretty substantial short sale, and I found out recently that I have no claims on. It was an FHA loan, so I have no pending claims. So I've been trying to get a mortgage, and after pulling my credit, we found out that my dad's stuff is on my credit report.
Are you a junior?
We have the same name, same middle initial, but different middle names.
Okay.
And I'm not a junior. So his his mortgage is showing up on my credit report.
Well, that's an easy fix. That's not the problem. The problem is at a short sale. What month of 2010 was it?
January 2010.
So I mean, you're 3 years out. I mean, as long as you have a 640 credit score, and there's no. I mean, you don't know if there's a claim against you, man, because when you have an FHA mortgage, you have a Cavers number, and if there's a claim against you still from there, you're not getting another FHA mortgage until that clears. Unfortunately, when that house is sold, sometimes they process that claim that month. Sometimes, I mean, I've seen them take a year to get that back.
Yeah, we could check it out for you.
It's something we can take a look at for you, though.
Okay, yeah, I'd be real interested in that.
Yeah, I will.
I have plenty of money for a down payment. But,
okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm with you, man. I'll call after the show. Get you back on your feet. Get you back on the housing market, man.
Thank you.
Cool.
Tom, thanks
Tom.
for the call again. I do welcome back, and we always have with open arms any of the families out there that had a situation, short sale, foreclosure, deed of lieu foreclosure. I've got some of those guidelines actually written down if you had a bankruptcy in the past. There's all sorts of different intricacies in this because you might have did a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which allows you to get back into a conventional mortgage 4 years from the date of the discharge. The however is, if you included a house in there to get a conventional loan, that's a 7-year waiting period per the Fannie Mae guidelines. So there's all those are the questions that we want to hear from you. Again, we've got many answers for you, and hopefully we can get you moving towards home ownership.
We took an email, you and I did last week, from a guy. If you look on the internet enough, and I mean, I always tease my parents about this, not everything you read online is true. Like my mom said something the other day, that I'm like, Mom, that's just somebody putting that out there to see how many people, whatever, like their page or will read their blog. And if you go to enough blogs and this dude, remember, can you see this guy?
Oh, yeah.
You ready to get a hold of him? The guy sends me this link to, in the ULF, somethinglegal.com, somethingbank.net, and it's their guidelines that somebody put out. I said, listen, dude, that's all great. None of those people lend money. Those are blogs. So if someone's blogs that you can get a mortgage after you walked from a house a year ago, I don't care. It doesn't. There's no accuracy to that.
It only matters what the lender's guidelines, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and HUD guidelines are. FHA. It doesn't matter what anybody else says.
FHA has no credit score. If you go to FHA's website, it says you need no credit score. Good luck finding a bank that's going to do it with no credit
score.
248-539-9797. I'm going to go to Fred out in Whitmore Lake. Hey, Fred, what's going on out in Whitmore Lake?
Hey, just a lot of snow. That's all that's happening.
What's up, Fred?
I'm sorry?
What's up? How you doing today?
Good. How you guys?
Good.
So I got a question. Looking to do a refi on a mobile home, actually a manufactured home, and just kind of wondering what the best company is because there seems to be online only a couple companies that actually do it. And I'm just wondering what your opinions are.
Let me clarify. Is it a prefabbed home or is it a trailer? It's a huge difference.
It's in a manufactured mobile home park.
So it's a trailer. Do you own the land?
I'm sorry?
Do you own the land?
We don't own the land,
okay,
no.
So it's an auto loan is what that is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would look at, there's got to be some small credit union up that way that'll do it for you.
Okay.
I hate to tell you this, but you have to go online and Google, mobile home loans.
I've always liked the idea that whoever you're making your payment to now, and I just had some clients that did it on a real camper style unit, and you want to call who you're making your payments to now and see if they're willing to sweeten up the terms for you a little bit. Again, those are very typically loans that aren't more 30, 40, 50,000 on the high side.
I mean,
actually, it's only like $25,000, and we're just trying to move it from one person's name to another, but it's just a pain in the butt.
Yep. Call the servicer on that loan.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I'm sorry?
Call the servicer on that loan.
Who you make the payments to now. Yeah, give them a shout. Thanks for the call, Fred. We continue calls here this morning. 248-539-9797. Also want to remind you, we have a full staff all weekend long. 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. If you're interested in getting approval, you want to talk about that refinance that you haven't handled yet, we've got many, many reasons why you're going to want to refinance your home. Lee, you got something to say? You're looking at me like you got something.
I think it's a good time since we're going to talk about how to put yourself in a position to buy a house right now.
I love it.
Let's talk a little bit about the housing numbers that we got from December. The listing inventory is down in Macomb by over 9%. It's down in Oakland by 8%. And it's down in Wayne by almost 14%. So
you said the listing inventory, so that's homes people are putting for sale. That's
so we got less homes on the market to buy, and the values are going up. Macomb went up by almost 20%, Oakland by 18%, Wayne County by almost 31%.
Right.
So if you're a buyer out there, how much longer do you want to wait?
Right. We're not sure if this spring's going to bring more competition. We were just talking about it outside the show, and we said, is this spring going to be something where there's not a lot of inventory? It could get scary out there with the competition. We've got to go to a break. We want you to come back and join us. 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services, NMLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
When your battery loses its power, you lose your ability to get out, get around, and get things done. If it's time to replace your vehicle's battery, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts for a Super Start Extreme battery. Get maximum starting power for superior performance with a Super Start Extreme battery. Super Start Extreme batteries are designed to withstand high temperatures and severe climate conditions. And with a 3-year free replacement warranty, you can count on Super Start Extreme batteries to start your car time and time again. Don't let a dead battery slow you down. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today and pick up a Super Start Extreme battery. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Always wish you were taller? Well, that's easy. Just go to AutoZone today and get everything you need to fix your car yourself. Then trust me, everyone will be looking up to you.
Sign up for AutoZone Rewards today. Just spend $20 or more 5 times and earn $20 in store credit.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
See store for restrictions and details.
Okay, new kid. Here's your company phone. I've pre-programmed it with every number you need in life. The first one's my personal number. Never call it, ever. The second one is 1-800-GRANGER. Use it for everything else. Any problem you have, they can help. I've also loaded the Granger app for you. You can download it for free. Tippy-tap, on the spot. Your solution is on its way. Granger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Granger.com, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoever came up with the saying, put your money where your mouth is, must have had some dental work done. Just a filling can cost over $100. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost you hundreds more. Without dental insurance, you could be putting a lot of money where your mouth is. Fortunately, you can get dental insurance for less than $1 a day. This isn't a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can cover over 300 procedures. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. To have a free information kit mailed directly to you, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. 1-800-300-4147. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. You can see any dentist you choose and never pay a deductible. Get coverage for less than $1 a day and put less money where your mouth is. For your free information kit with all the details, call 1-800-300-4147. 1-800-300-4147.
The Build a Better Bath event is going on now at the Home Depot. So let's transform a bath and a budget at the same time. The Kohler Cimarron Elongated Toilet is a new lower price of just $228, a savings of $20. Getting started on your new bath has never been easier. Let's do this at the Build a Better Bath event going on now. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only while supplies last.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley's the place to be for everything sports. Catch UFC 169 featuring 2 championship bouts Saturday night. Then it's Big Game Sunday with free squares and great prizes. 24 Seconds in Berkeley, 24secondsbar.com.
A rising fashion star found dead at an exclusive New York hotel. Accused an Oscar winner's son. 48 hours tonight on CBS.
The hardest working sports fans in America are here on 97.1.
Welcome back to the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Definitely give us a call live here in the studio, 248-539-9797. A lot of great news to share with you here. Popular questions always, like we like to clear up. Yeah, it's different if you had a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. It's different of what you included in your bankruptcy. It's different if you did a short sale, a foreclosure, a deed in lieu of foreclosure. So there's a lot of differences out there. And who can get back into the buying game? You want to give us a phone call so we can straighten that up.
So I got a text, right? I got a text at the break, and it said, not all homes in communities, manufactured communities are trailers. And I just text back that, we knew the guy didn't own the land and everything, but the bottom line is we just like saying the word trailer.
I do. So I wanted to say trailer. I haven't said it in a long time.
We love that.
We used to play the Deliverance banjos when people call with that question. So I've matured a lot over the last 15 years.
And it's good. But no, that's it. Well, you can hear. I guess the bottom line on that conversation is we can finance if the house is attached to a permanent foundation. So that means a basement,
right?
Crawl. Or
that's why
a slab.
If it was prefab,
so that's right.
Or if it was a trailer.
Correct.
Because it doesn't have an axle, is what I should. Okay, I'm sorry. If it
doesn't have the tags on it, an axle and a gas tank.
And a VIN number, I can't finance it.
Right.
If it's a prefabbed home, you own the land, we can finance that.
Correct.
I apologize.
You're paying property tax on the land.
We have people listening to the show and fact-checking the show.
That's fine.
I like that.
We've got Jeff out there, gentlemen, out in Brighton. Jeff, you got a question about after a bankruptcy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
How's it going? Yeah, about 2.5 years ago, I had lost my job, and I was forced to file bankruptcy. At the time, my lawyer advised me to do a Chapter 11, and at
Chapter
that time,
11? That's for corporations, 13. I think.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Chapter 13 then.
Got it.
And we ended up flipping that to a Chapter 7, and I was able to modify my mortgage through, I was with IndyMac at the time, and they did more or less an in-house modification, dropped it down to 2%. And evidently my attorney, the mortgage was not reaffirmed. I'm still in the house. I've been, making the payments to, what was IndyMac. Now I sent them to Aquin.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering do I have any options available to me? Should I reaffirm that mortgage so I start receiving the credit? Because I am making the payment on it, but I've also been told that I shouldn't reaffirm it because I have the ability to walk from it whenever I want.
That's true, actually. I mean, they're one piece of paper filing away from putting that house in foreclosure.
Yeah, but what's your goal? What do you want to do? I mean, what's your long-term goal?
Well, the original goal when I filed the bankruptcy, the goal was to hang on to my home. I didn't want to lose my home. I'd been there for 11 years, and obviously I lost all my equity in it, just like everybody else. And but I wasn't in a position to buy something else, and I liked the home, and I wanted to stay there, so I wanted to figure out something that I could do. So that's why I ended up filing the bankruptcy. I had tried to modify the mortgage prior to the bankruptcy, and the bank, of course, wouldn't listen to me, didn't care, weren't willing to help me until I filed bankruptcy. Then they were beating down my door trying to get me to.
I'd like to see you reaffirm that, Jeff, because you got to have a place to live. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you walk from that house right now, you're not getting a new mortgage; you're going to be renting.
Right.
So, I mean, at least right now, you own the house. I mean, the value is essentially.
Yeah, what's the value of the property? Right. What's the value of the property?
Yeah. Has the value come back at all?
It has come back a little bit, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I
probably at about the break-even point now.
Yeah, I mean, so it's still your money. So when you make a payment on that house at 2%, you're paying into your equity, which is, I think, is way better than renting. So I'd like to see you get in touch with the attorney again and reaffirm that mortgage.
Yeah, and I will tell you this, that there's never a guarantee that property values are going to go up, but if there's a time that you can say right now where there's an appreciation value and the laws of supply and demand, like our realtor Lee Moroff said, there's a lack of inventory on the market, which means it's driving the values and the prices of housing up. So,
and I have noticed that in my neighborhood, the houses that languished on the market for quite a long time are just getting scooped up left and right now.
I think it's a great opportunity for you to, it sounds like you're in a good shape. Again, if you were 50,000 underwater on it, probably reaffirming doesn't make sense. But in this case, sounds like you like the area. It's got a shot to have some equity down the road. Maybe down the road you end up selling it 4 or 5 years from now, and you can make $1 or $2 on it. Plus, you'll be
that's the main goal is to get out of the house. I mean, I had never planned on being there as long as I have been, but my hands are kind of tied. So
we got to put together a plan for you then, man. Because if your goal is to sell it down the road, it might take a couple years to get your credit back on track.
Right. Well, I have started to reestablish. I've received some credit cards and things. I'm probably close to a 700 at this point.
Okay, good, man. You're on the right track. Let me call after the show. I'll run your credit report and put a plan together for you.
Okay, great. That's
Cool.
good.
Thanks, listen, Jeff. I appreciate
Thanks for the call. Good stuff there. 248-539-9797. There's always these great opportunities out there. A popular question we get quite often is from couples that are unmarried. Should they purchase a house? Well, yes, anyone that qualifies and for all the right reasons should definitely consider buying a house. But buying a home is a financial and legal transaction. And you've got to definitely approach this with open eyes. Lee, you're an attorney, so sometimes when these things come up, there's a lot of complicated scenarios if for some reason two people have ownership and they do break up down the road. So this is a case where, buy it, determine things ahead of time. There's a lot you can do with an attorney in regards to ownership, putting the house in a trust. Even though you're young, don't be young and dumb. This is a big step for you. And again, some great opportunities come from this. A lot of times families are able to buy the house, or even couples that are just dating, and maybe there's equity down the road. Maybe they can sell it and make a profit. Maybe they even get married. But you've got to really talk about all these different scenarios and prepare, because I'll tell you, if you do break up, it can get ugly, whether you're married or not.
Yes.
Who owns the house? God forbid someone is deceased, then it can go to his estate. You're still making the payments and you only own half the house. So many different weird scenarios. Should you buy a house? Yeah. Do it with open eyes and get educated. That's the key. 248-539-9797. Lee, the realtor here, has a lot to share with us. We're going to get into some buyer rules of engagement and how to become a successful buyer. But first, let's try these calls. We got Dan out there in Royal Oak. Good morning, Dan. You're live on the ticket.
Morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. I think I've got an easy question for you two gentlemen.
Okay.
I've got a home in Royal Oak, 1,125 square feet. I've got excellent credit. I'm not married, never been married, no kids. And I was at a 5.25 with Wells Fargo. A couple of years ago, they were willing to refinance me at 4.5. No fees for that. I think it was something to do with the government program under Obama. And I was just wondering, is that can I go another round with that? Do you think there's an opportunity to lower my mortgage rate again on a 30-year fixed, or do you think that's the best I can do?
Dan, it's a great question, sir. What street's your house on in Royal Oak?
West Webster.
West Webster. Oh, cool. You're on a good street, man. How many? It's 1,150 square feet, you said?
1,125, 1,150, yeah, something like that.
And what do you owe on the current mortgage right now?
I think it's about 112, 113,000.
I live actually pretty close to you, man. Your house is worth more, significantly more than 112,000, I would guess. You don't have to utilize the HARP program. You can use a regular old conventional 30-year fixed or 15-year fixed. Is your goal to reduce the payment, or you want to pay a little off quicker?
I figured, money penny saved is a penny earned, that type of thing, if it's possible. I mean, certainly one has to look at the fees involved in refinancing. If I can get away with doing it without any fees, I mean, that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely savings there, sir. What I'll do for you is I'll call after the show. I'll run it on a 30-year fixed, and we have a new product now where you can actually pick your term. So if let's just say you're 7 years into your mortgage and you want to continue to pay it off on a 30-year pace, we can set it up on a 23-year for you.
I see.
So it's something we want to look at all avenues. But I'll give you a call after the show, and we'll go from there.
Great point.
Thank you very much.
Great, thanks,
All
Dave.
right, that's right. We have mortgages that are available between 8 and 30 years. Again, if you're a couple years in on a 30-year
where he lives
fix.
right by. At the school that I play adult over 35
dodgeball. Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
West Webster, yeah.
Global gym. Well, that's a great call, because if we can go ahead and let's say he's 3 years in, you take him down to a 27-year and keep him around the same payment, he's making money that way.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's an absolute great call, and it's like refining somebody from a 30-year to a 15-year
You don't need
fixed.
a fancy name for it either. It's real simple. It's called a 27-year term. Okay, you don't need anything else.
It's called "We'll Save You Money." How's that?
I took a call the other day from my good buddy Jess Smith, who's done the show with us before, and he said one of his clients got a call from his servicer, and you'd be on the hood. It was our favorite company. Said they're calling people now, and they're taking them back from a 15-year to a 30-year and saying, "I'm saving you $400 a month." So I talked to this gentleman, dude. The guy lost his wife last year. I mean, he's just like a nice dude, this client. I'm like, I was upset that somebody actually called and giving him some sales BS about taking you from a 15-year back to a 30-year and saying, "I'm saving you $400 a month."
Sounds like the deferred interest payment.
Yeah, I ran the numbers for him.
That was a very, very nice email from that guy.
That
was a great email for that guy.
And I said, listen, dude, I said, this is costing you $180,000. Let me take it from, where you are right now to a 15-year. The payment stays the same. You pay it off early. You save $70,000.
When we come back, more success stories. 248-539-9797.
At WOW, we don't like to brag, so we let our moms do it for us.
WOW was rated highest in customer satisfaction among high-speed internet providers in the North Central region. Yep, 6 years in a row by J.D. Power. My boy, did I mention he was single?
Mom! Right now, get 15 meg internet for $30 a month. Call 1-866-4WOW now. Wow, it's that kind of experience.
For JD Power award information, go to jdpower.com. Limited time offer available to new customers. Taxes, fees, and equipment charges may apply. Visit wowway.com for complete service descriptions, terms, and conditions.
New CBS Monday. Don't miss TV's #1 news show, Intelligence.
We connected a human to the information grid. You put a computer in his head.
Josh Holloway.
All the intel I have access to, I can see it.
Megan Ori.
That is a great party trick.
And Mark Helgenberger.
It is Delta Force Tier 1. He's a hero.
TV's #1 news show, Intelligence. New episode on its regular night, CBS Monday. Don't miss Intelligence. Mondays at 10 on CBS 62.
Celebrate big savings for the big game during the Meijer 4-day sale, starting at 6 a.m. this Thursday through Sunday. Pick up game day favorites like select Lay's potato chips, buy one, get one free. Select varieties of Jack's Original Pizza, 5 for $10. Plus, M-Perks members get $5 off your total purchase when you spend $50, $10 off when you spend $100, or $15 off your total $150 purchase with your M-Perks digital coupon. Some exclusions apply. Make the big game even better with big savings at Meijer.
The Build a Better Bath event is going on now at the Home Depot. So let's transform a bath and a budget at the same time. The Kohler Cimarron Elongated Toilet is a new lower price of just $228, a savings of $20. Getting started on your new bath has never been easier. Let's do this at the Build a Better Bath event going on now. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only while supplies last.
This year, Guitar Center turns 50. 50! From the British invasion to Britpunk, hair metal to hip-hop, Guitar Center has been there, helping all musicians feel the greatest feeling on earth. And to celebrate, this weekend they have 50 amazing special anniversary deals for $50 or less. Like a $120 Pearl snare drum, now just $50. Or turn your iPhone into a full-blown workstation with an iRig MIDI interface for iOS devices, also just $50. Get these deals and tons more at Guitar Center this weekend only, Thursday through Sunday.
Hey, why the long face?
I hate my trucking job. The pay's lousy. The trucks are lousy. I need a trucking change.
Well, I love my trucking job with Churchill Transportation. The pay is great, and I'm driving a new truck. You know, Churchill's looking to hire the next generation of drivers. You got more than 2 years experience? Churchill values and rewards safe drivers like you. You should apply. They're a great trucking company.
Well, I'd love to make more trucking money. Thanks for the tip.
Hey, we trucking guys got to stick together.
Make more trucking money. Look up Churchill Transportation online. An equal opportunity employer and a great trucking company.
At Advance Auto Parts, getting 2 products for one low price is your Advance advantage. We know you work double time to take care of your car. So right now at Advance Auto Parts, we'll make you see double. Because we've got great savings with double deals all over the store. Rain-X Glass Cleaner is 2 for just $9. Liquid Wrench Lubricants are 2 for $6. Come out, Regain Fuel System Cleaner is 2 for $8. And if you think that's all, well, you got another thing coming, man. Or maybe several other things coming, 2 by 2. Because there are tons more double deals all over the store. So stock up and save, or get the job done on both your cars. Just head to Advance Auto Parts and make sure you're seeing double. Get tons of great 2-for-1 low-price deals during double deals. Only at Advance Auto Parts.
Advance Auto Parts.
See store for details.
What's your family feud do to a man?
Don't make me go there, Steve.
Family Feud. Weeknights at 7 and 7:30 on CBS 62. Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Red Wings winners in a shootout over the Capitals 4-3. They won the shootout on a goal by Patrick Eaves. This update brought to you by White Castle. Gustav Nyquist, Drew Miller, and Danny DeKeyser scoring the goals for the Wings. Jimmy Howard, 26 saves. Big Ten hockey at the Yost Ice Arena. Number 12, Michigan upsetting number 3, Wisconsin. 3-1. Cleveland State beating U of D Mercy Titans 86-78. Pistons and Sixers tonight at the Palace, 7 p.m. with Dan Leach's pregame show right here on The Ticket. College basketball this afternoon at Madison Square Garden in New York. Number 7 Michigan State taking on the Georgetown Hoyas. Tigers avoid arbitration, signing a 1-year deal with catcher Alex Avila. Super Bowl 48 tomorrow right here
on 97.1 The Ticket. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
At home, in your car, or at work. Detroit's sports station.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back. Give us a phone call, 248-539-9797. We want to hear from you. If you're out there looking to purchase a house, become an approved buyer. Get the upper hand on everyone else who's looking at these houses. The competition for the good stuff, Lee, as you know, is unbelievable. Definitely give us a phone call here in the studio or at the office. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We always take your emails at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. I'm Harvey Free. We got Alex Nafusi, Harry Glanz with Capital Mortgage, Lee Moroff with RE/MAX Showcase Homes in downtown Birmingham. So a lot to share with you here this morning. Come and join us. We're going to go out there quickly to Denard in Detroit. Denard, you have a situation where a lot of families have gotten into these things, a rent-to-own situation. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, the house is, I want to say 2,500 square feet, okay? And it got 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. All right. My question is, I got into renting a house about a month ago. All right, and he said the house has an option to buy if you stay in it for a year and reverse your rent into buying a house, but you have to put a $4,000 down payment. Now, my question is, this is my first time ever doing this, and I'm trying to think about what is the right way of doing this, you know?
I'm already scared for you.
I'm kind of surprised you put down $4,000 already.
No, not yet. He said in a year I put down $4,000 down, but still I got to make my monthly rent until he gets.
So, sir, what's your rent? How much is your rent?
$825 a month.
All right, it's illegal to ask you to put down more than a month and a half of the rent as a security deposit.
No, it's not for a security deposit. He said $4,000 for a down payment of buying the house.
Let me take you down this road, Denard, and I know everyone wants to jump in here on this one. And the reason we like your call this morning, because it's sort of a buyer beware type of thing. And I want you to become a homeowner, and if you love that house, I want you to make arrangements on how you can buy that house. But there's so much due diligence that families don't do in this situation. For example, I'm just going to ask you one question. Do you know 100% that person owns the house because you did a title search?
Yes, I did. I went down to to the Coleman Young building downtown in Detroit.
All right, good deal.
And his name is all on it. And
no liens?
He got the house by will.
Okay, and there's no liens on the property? There's no outstanding water bills or back taxes on it, things of that nature?
That's correct. Everything is paid up.
Sounds like there's an opportunity here if you do it the right way.
And this is the house that you want to be in, and you want to definitely purchase this house. I would tell you, and Lee Moroff would tell you, that you should have an attorney take a look at these documents.
Absolutely. Don't sign anything until you have it looked at by a lawyer.
So before I do any type of paperwork, have the attorney look into it first and do a little digging.
Absolutely.
Denard, why don't we buy it now? Why are we waiting a year?
Well, see, he wants, I guess, what he was telling me is he wants to kind of keep up with the rent for a year. That proved to him that I can make the house.
That's
absurd.
House payment.
That makes no sense.
One has nothing to do with the other. If you can pay him off and buy the house, what does he care if you make your payment or not for?
Exactly.
Yeah. If it's willed to him and there's no mortgage on it, I mean, he's just taking you for a ride, man, to make the $825 a month, and then here it's going to be worth more next year. I can tell you what he's doing. He's going to if you buy it now, it's going to be worth X. Next year, it's going to be worth more.
Right, because I did my research on the house, and the house was valued at I think it was like 6 years ago at $76,000. Now the value at the house is at $37,000.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'd like to see you get in that house sooner than later. Let me call after the show, and we'll pull some numbers together for you.
Okay.
Good deal. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Denard. Great call. And again, anyone out there is in a situation where it just doesn't sound all so good.
Well, Denard's going to be happy that he calls us, because when he talks to us, he's going to have a plan. We're going to hook him up with a real estate attorney. He's going to have the attorney take a look at everything. He's going to have a definite purchase price. Alex is going to see if he can qualify to buy the house now, and there's no reason why if it's a very good transaction for him that he shouldn't be able to qualify.
So many great opportunities out there. You got five.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was just
I'm glad you brought up to check the title, man. That was a big scam, like in Detroit for a while. People were just renting these houses. They were just like vacant houses.
Yeah, well, everywhere. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not piling in Detroit, but the article that I read had referenced that. I mean, you can do it anywhere. It doesn't have to be. It could be. It could be in Birmingham. Like, oh yeah, you rent this. It's a vacant house. I own it. I'm going to rent it for you. Yeah. Give me $1,000.
You never know.
$1,000 for a couple months. All of a sudden, you find out, hey, dude, this guy doesn't own the house.
If you don't do this for a living, if you don't buy and sell properties for a living, you should not try to take these things on yourself. All right, you have to go ahead. You have to have a team behind you, and you have to run these documents by people to make sure that things are taken care of properly.
So many great opportunities for first-time home buyers or even people coming around second, third, fourth time. Purchase 5% down with no PMI. We've got that program. All gifted funds at 5% down with credit scores over 720. FHA 203K loan. What else we got? We have 10% down with no escrows. So many great opportunities based on how much money you're working with and your situation. We'll show you how to get it done. Come and join the show. 248-539-9797. Let's try Bob out there in Highland. Good morning, Bob. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Hey, Bob.
I've got a question. I have an equity loan on a house. I took it out 5 years ago, and now I'm trying to get it. Numerous times during the 5 years, I tried to get it refinanced to a 30-year or 20-year mortgage, and they said that I didn't have the funding to qualify for it. Meanwhile, I made a $950 payment every month.
Okay.
So anyways, now they're saying that they have this government-funded thing, no homes left behind or something like this, and they came up with a 5.2 20-year fixed mortgage. I'm 65. I'll be 85 when the house is paid for. And I was just wondering if you could think of some better way to get out of the hot water. I can't sell the house.
So you're. I guess I'm a little confused. You just have the equity loan on there, right?
Right.
How much is that?
$138,942.
Your home equity line is $140,000.
Yeah. Well, it was an equity loan on the house. I put the house up as collateral.
Yeah. We don't know why you didn't get a fixed mortgage, like an old school fixed mortgage versus like a home equity line of credit. When you got that home equity line of credit, did you not like get an old school mortgage? What was the reason for that?
Because they took that money and paid off the mortgage. The original mortgage which was like $87,000. What I was looking.
This is why people shouldn't go. This is why people shouldn't go to unqualified mortgage or people that claim that they're in the mortgage industry. Because again, you should have a fixed rate term, 30-year fix or some term, and who knows? Maybe even if the house was underwater, maybe you would have qualified for a HARP loan then. I think you've gone down some wrong roads, but Alex, we definitely have to follow up here.
Bob, it's one of those things. I'm going to have to call you and do some research for you. I want to see exactly what type of loan it is. I don't know if does your rate change based on prime? No. So there's something funky going on. There's something a little outside the box. I just want to take a look.
Let's take a look at the note.
Yeah.
We need to take a look at your mortgage note.
Yeah, pull your note and pull a copy of your monthly statement. And then I'll give you a call after the show, and if you can fax it or email it over to me, I'll take a look and put you on the right track.
Okay.
Good
Thanks
deal.
for the call.
Bob.
Great. Always opportunities out there to save money. Thanks for the call, Bob. Again, there are a lot of families out there. When they own the house free and clear, there are some institutions putting families into these home equity line of credits. Hey, that's real groovy. It's based on prime rate, and the rates on that have been really low. However, one day they will trickle up in a fixed rate with a fixed term. And the reason why is because most of those home equity lines are just interest-only loans, and people never gain any principal.
I don't think that's what he has.
No, I don't think so either. But we definitely want to check it out, and we want to get people off that merry-go-round. If there's something bad can happen, we'll take a look at the documents. We'll let people know.
Sounds good. More equity means more refinancing opportunities and some cash-out opportunities out there. So many clients have taken advantage of consolidating high credit card debts, equity loans. If you're on that other merry-go-round here where people move credit card debt to another credit card, 0% balances, one day that's going to change soon. So take advantage of these great low interest rates. Find out what's going on in your neighborhood. Lee, I'm going to throw it out there to all the realtors out there. What a great opportunity for any family who owns a house to build a relationship with a local real estate agent so that every now and then you can give them a phone call. They're the ones that have the barometer of what's going on in your neighborhood. It's a quick phone call to them. They can find out and track some of the listings that have sold in your neighborhood. I mean, it just blows my mind that more people don't know what's going on, what's being sold in your neighborhood. You should know that if you're a homeowner, especially after the tough times we had over the last 10 years.
Exactly. If you've been disappointed about the way the value of your house was a few years ago, contact someone like me. I'll give you my cell phone number right now, 248-514-2640.
You know, I thought Stoney only gave his cell phone number over the air.
Call me.
Get yours too, Harry.
Yeah.
Call me. Free market analysis. I'll tell you what your house is worth, what you can sell.
I love it. You heard it here. And again, a lot of great realtors were all for this. Free market analysis on your home. Find out what your home's value is. When we come back, tons to share with you. 248-539-9797.
time for the big game, and Bovada.net has your odds and props for the title game. Will the coin toss be heads or tails? Will it snow during the game? Will the temperature be over 28 degrees at kickoff? How long will it take to sing the national anthem? What color will the Gatorade be that is dumped on the winning head coach? Bovada.net is your source for live odds and props on the big game. Bovada.net. Raise your game.
So you cleaned out your car and went through your pockets and found $10 you didn't know you had.
Oh, yeah.
Why not use it to save a life?
Oh, yeah.
You're just going to blow it anyway. Text SCREAM to 50555 and donate $10 to 97.1 The Ticket's Student Heart Check program. That $10 will pay for one young person to have a Beaumont cardiac screening to make sure their heart is healthy enough for sports. Text SCREAM to 50555 and help save a life. Charge will appear on your wireless bill or be deducted from your prepaid balance. Charge must be authorized by account holder. Message and data rates apply.
One Little Joint Supplement. You know this powerful little pill is great for your joints. It even has powerful benefits to help increase your mobility and flexibility. But the joint supplements of today are sadly incomplete because they don't give you the joint relief you're looking for. Until now. Introducing the complimentary 2-week sample of Instaflex, our most powerful joint formula ever. It's the #1 selling joint supplement at GNC. The only thing our complimentary sample of Instaflex is missing is the price. Because right now, we're offering adults a complimentary 2-week sample as part of a nationwide giveaway. Call and claim your sample today. 1-800-400-0179. Instaflex provides powerful, effective joint relief for your knees, hands, even your hips. Prove it to yourself by calling now for your complimentary sample. Instaflex is available at GNC, Walgreens, and Vitamin Shop. But you can only get your complimentary 2-week sample by calling 1-800-400-0179. Call now for your 2-week Instaflex sample. 1-800-400-0179.
I was not a happy person. I felt anxious and worried all the time about everything. I was snapping at my husband and kids. I was just miserable. Finally, I said, enough is enough. And I called to try a sample of Lumiday. And now, I am so happy that I did.
If you worry too much, feel anxious or exhausted, Lumiday can help you feel more relaxed, confident, and positive. Enjoy a complimentary 2-week sample now by calling 1-800-400-5220. Lumiday is an all-natural supplement, uniquely formulated with ingredients clinically proven to promote a more positive mood. Lumiday has helped thousands of people feel more relaxed and enjoy happier days, and it's now the #1 selling mood enhancement supplement at GNC. So if you're ready to feel more relaxed, confident, and positive, call now for your complimentary sample. Lumiday is available at GNC, Rite Aid pharmacies, and Vitamin World, but you can only get your complimentary 2-week sample by calling now. 1-800-400-5220. That's 1-800-400-5220.
This year, Guitar Center turns 50. 50! From the British invasion to Britpunk, hair metal to hip-hop, Guitar Center has been there, helping all musicians feel the greatest feeling on earth. And to celebrate, this weekend they have 50 amazing special anniversary deals for $50 or less. Like a $120 Pearl snare drum, now just $50. Or turn your iPhone into a full-blown workstation with an iRig MIDI interface for iOS devices, also just $50. Get these deals and tons more at Guitar Center this weekend only, Thursday through Sunday.
Your home for Super Bowl 48.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. We've got another 15 minutes or so of the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call our staff. We've got a full staff, 1-800-LOW-RATE. The best mortgage banker. Also, you can send us an email to mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. Always taking your calls here live in the studio. 248-539-9797. We've got some great calls. We'll go to those, and then we are going to touch on some great things you need to do as a buyer and preparing yourself so that real estate agent and you are on the same page, and we'll show you how to find that great house. Let's try, Alex, I'm going to go with, let's try John out there in Romulus. Let's give him a shot there. Hey, John.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I just had a question. Me and my wife, we just had to, we finished filing bankruptcy in August of 2013. It was just discharged. We had to do it because my wife was sick both for her pregnancy. So we've been renting for a while. And so right now we're just staying with my parents, trying to save to get a house, looking for like a rent-to-own option. So I just wanted to get some advice about how you guys thought out we should approach that, since it's going to be like our, it'll be like our second time purchasing a home, but just to keep us from kind of, getting into a real high debt situation about what approach we should take.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you heard Harvey mention earlier, anytime you're looking to rent, you're going to want to do some title work on there and make sure the person renting from actually owns that property. A rent to own, the way you're going to want to negotiate that is a portion of your rent every month can go towards your down payment. I mean, you don't have to structure it that way, though. I mean, you're better. I mean, that's almost like a forced savings. I'd rather see you just set it aside every month on your own. If you say, okay, honey, in 3 years I want to have X in the bank, just take that number, divide it by 36 months, and make sure you just stick to it every single month. Set that money aside.
Okay.
Does that make sense with you?
Yeah, plus...
Yeah, it does.
John and Alex, of course, is documenting that rent to own. If you got X amount of dollars scored, it's a nightmare. You'll end up jamming yourself up. Really, at the end of the day, what you'd want to do is maybe negotiate some other terms where if you agree to a price, let's just use $100,000, that you say, look, if I agree to purchase this in, let's say, 2 years from now, that the purchase price will be X. Put that together, reduce the sales price of the house, especially that'll be easier for you, too, because you don't know where the values are going to be 2 or 3 years down the road versus X amount of dollars going or coming off the price.
Did you guys mention a land contract to this guy potentially? Maybe the seller will let you buy it on a land contract, which is seller financing, which is arguably almost the same thing as rent to own anyways, right? So if you can buy it on a land contract, go ahead and do that, and then after a certain time frame, we can take a look at it and refinance the house that you own on a land contract into a primary mortgage.
Yeah, standard mortgage. Yeah, it makes it real easy. So, we always like to send that shout out to anyone who's got a land contract. Thanks for the call, John. Families out there with land contracts, definitely give us a call. What a great opportunity now. You might have enough equity in the house.
Why don't we just go to the land contract question?
Why don't we go to that one?
Yeah, there is one.
Sherman out in Detroit. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Sherman.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Well, okay. I just bought a house on a land contract in Detroit. The total price was $35,000. I put $5,000 down, and my at 8%. And now my mortgage the contract is $370 a month, and this is in a 10-year period. Now, I just want to, after a year, because my credit was bad, I wanted to go to a traditional mortgage.
Right.
Am I doing this the right way?
Yes, sir. You got to make sure that's recorded with the city, though. After a year in 12 months payment history, it's just like a refinance. Yeah. We're just going to pay that guy off.
Okay. I could get some of the similar rates or even better?
Well, you get a much better rate, yeah. But I want to make sure, that your credit's good because you said you had some credit issues. So I don't want to put you in a position.
Right, I'm working on those now.
Yeah, keep copies of the checks that either if you get canceled checks back or the bank statements that you make to the land contract holder every month so we can verify that there were 12 months paid.
Okay.
All right.
All right, that sounds great. Thanks
Certainly,
a lot.
no worries, Thank you very much.
Also, gentlemen, a lot of selective areas, we realize that when we're doing the HARP loans, going back even 2-3 years ago, many of the loans were still asking for some appraisals. There's been some changes on the HARP loan. So, again, if you have a conventional mortgage out there and you haven't taken advantage of the HARP loan, the Home Affordable Refinance Program, be sure to call Capital Mortgage. We can run the file through the system. Most of the transactions lately are showing up with PIWs, no appraisal required. This gives you a great opportunity either to refinance to a lower term or just take on a new lower interest rate. So many great opportunities out there, and we've realized that recently there's been some selective areas. Warren was actually one of them that I wanted to point out. So many residents in Warren took a real beating with their values, but now starting to work their way back up, and there's some opportunities. Again, also, if you have equity in your house, other things you can do, cash out. You could go to a fixed rate, reduce the term, consolidate debt. Just so many great things you can do as our appreciation starts trickling back in the right direction. Sort of a rough day out there, Lee, definitely if you want to show houses. I want to touch on it real quick if you want to go over a couple of those buyers' rules of engagement. And truly, I mean, look, when you build a relationship, you want to be on the same page with the people you're working for.
Absolutely. I developed these buyer rules of engagement because I had the misfortune of working with a terrible, terrible buyer that I just had to part company with.
We never think a buyer's terrible, but on occasion, definitely when you're running around showing people houses, you've got to be on the same page.
Well, we have, and especially in this market, we have to set ourselves up for success, not failure. And this guy was just headed in the wrong direction. He wouldn't listen to me. And you know what? I'm an expert. You want to get a house? If you want to listen to me and you want to trust me, which you should, I'll get you a house. But if you're not going to listen, go bother somebody else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I developed.
Anger from Lee.
This guy was on my last one. You want to see houses after dark? Come on.
Tell me why.
You can't see a house after dark, and you can't
it's
find
dark.
it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Can't
Why?
Find it. Half of these houses don't have
They don't
yard
have lights.
signs.
That's why. Right.
And
you ever left the bar at 2 o'clock in the morning and all of a sudden they're like,
Well, there's no
whoa,
lights.
all of a sudden it's not quite what you thought.
Yeah.
Right. And, guys, you got to be lender pre-approved before you see a house. Because if you like that house and you want to move on it, you can't play games because it won't be there tomorrow. If it's a nice house and it's priced right, it's going to be gone in this market. So have your pre-approval letter. And if you got to sleep on it, you want to talk to your Uncle Bob, you want to talk to your mom, be prepared not to sleep in it. Because, again, it's going to be gone.
Competition for the great houses, they go quickly. But, again, you said, have your approval letter. And what a lot of families don't know is when you write up a purchase agreement, it states on there, are you getting a conventional mortgage, an RD loan, whatever it is, an FHA mortgage? It's written in there. Right. And if you don't write up the right terms and you have to get an FHA mortgage and you wrote up a conventional, you've got to go back to that seller. There might be other backup offers now. And they don't have to accept your terms, which means you may not be able to close.
And you are probably competing with other buyers.
And a lot of them are
market.
good buyers that have already come to Capital Mortgage and already have that strong approval letter. That's what I tell new buyers. Look, folks, in that price range in Royal Oak, Alex, as you know,
sure.
We have lots of buyers. We might have 25 pre-approved buyers ready to go. They have their ducks in a row. They just want to go look at the house and make an offer. So it's just so important that they have that upper advantage by having that approval in hand, and then they can move forward with that offer.
Lee, it's funny. I read some of your lists on here. And
yeah, feel free to talk about it.
What was the one that? Oh, we will not make lowball offers. I had a deal. You mentioned Royal Oak guy. I mean, I did a house and just nickel and dimed, up and down, up and down. Did the inspection and one of the toilets was messed up. It didn't flush properly, or I don't know. There was something wrong with it.
Yeah.
Came back and wanted to renegotiate for $20,000 off. And his agent was like, "Dude, they're never going to do this. I'm going to insult these people if I send this back. I'm not going to do it anyway." The guy was like, "As a realtor, you can't. If someone says, 'Hey, man, write this offer,' you can't. I don't know if legally you could say no. I'm not going to do it for you."
I can say that, and I will say that. Why waste time?
They submitted the offer, and the sellers were like, "Dude, we'll sell it to somebody else."
But it has to be credible. It has to be a respectable situation. You have to deal with people with respect. It has to be a credible offer, and you don't want it's your reputation on the line. I mean, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
it's
agree,
just
it's a waste of time,
and that's the most important thing. It is a waste of time, and you just want to be. Where everybody's in this business, okay, to take care of people, to go ahead and represent everybody truthfully, honestly. And you have to, it's your reputation. It has to be respectful.
And it's the realtor's job. If I show you a house, Harry, and you like the house and you want to make an offer, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a market analysis on that house because I want to make sure that you're not paying too much, and I want to at least have a chance that that's going to appraise.
Hey, you've got an opportunity, too. If you get your offer accepted, usually there's language in there. You got your contingency of 5 to 7 days to get a home inspection. So, look, God forbid something comes up. You drove by it at night at midnight and you saw there was some trouble or something was funky about it that you realized after the fact. You still can get out of it. Again, you have a little bit of time.
It's okay to get a fair deal where the buyers are happy, the sellers are happy, no one feels like they got taken advantage of. That's a normal thing. That's how society is supposed to work.
But Alex, let's say the house that I showed you, I come back with a market analysis that it's worth $175 and it's listed for $175, and then you tell me, well, let's make an offer of $150. Do you think you're going to get that house?
I'm just wasting. You're wasting people's time and paper.
And you're going to anger the seller. That type of offer is going to result in rejected, no counter offer.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Go bother somebody else.
I think we got time for one more call, John. We got Lynn out there in Ypsilanti. Good morning, Lynn. You're live on the ticket. Make it quick.
Lynn, what's up?
Hello?
Right. No, Lynn, we lost you, Lynn. Okay, that's okay. 248-539-9797. We might be able to sneak in a few extra calls. Want to point out just slowly, look, we got people at the office all day long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Be sure to definitely give us a phone call if you want to make an offer on a house or if you're a buyer now. Competition is stiff. Get your ducks in a row. Alex, you got an article you want to touch on?
Yeah, Oakland Press from, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. Ford hourly workers to get record $8,800 profit-sharing checks. That's awesome. I think they get it in March 13th. So this is a huge check, man. There's people back in the housing market, back in the local economy. If your goal when you get these checks is to get into a house, call now. Don't call March 12th. Call me now. Let's put a plan together. So when you get that check, we're ready to rock and roll.
We'll show you how to document that, too.
That's it, man. That's all I got.
All
Awesome
right.
show.
Been another
What a great
version
show.
of the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Be sure to call us at 1-800-LOW-RATE.
We should go to Antarctica for vacation. What do you think about that?
When I was sitting, when
Look
I was
at that.
sitting on the runway before Stacy went to Mexico, I had this song playing on repeat to get fired up.
Hey, Lee, want to thank you.
Nice
Lee
show.
Moroff over at RE/MAX Showcase Home. Be sure to give us a call. We'll set you up with a great real estate agent. Again, we got Pat Caputo coming up. Sports, Super Bowl tomorrow. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038 Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Wendy's presents Captain Daring-ish. Hello, citizen.
Who are you supposed to be?
Why, I'm Captain Daring-ish. Is that a chicken sandwich?